I was having a debate with some Seventh-day Adventists. They came to my house. I didn't provoke it. They came to me. And we always come back to this very point here. It's like, for us, faith is something that we establish on the basis of ilm. And thank God that is the case, because it makes everything come to life in a way that you see it as a part and parcel of what it means to be a human being. Versus if we were to have to justify somehow that, no, we believe these things even though they're not logical. In other words, even though they don't make sense. We just have to believe them. And it's what makes it faith, according to them. It's what makes it faith is that, the idea that you believe that 1 + 1 = 2, there's no faith in that. We believe that 1 + 1 + 1 can actually equal 1. Because we're not limited to the constraints of pure reason. In other words, what they're saying is, it doesn't have to be actual knowledge. We can believe in things that we know are in fact false. Does that make any sense? No. And that's why when people ask, and this is a very good question for children to ask, how do we know that this religion's true? Like when your son comes to you and your daughter comes to you and says, Baba, Mama, how do we know that Islam is true? First thing, don't panic. Like, this is a great question. It means that they're actually using the intellect that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them. Okay? They know that, how do we come to understand, in fact, that the things that we have to believe to be Muslims are true? Because there are other people who believe other things. And to them, those things are also true. So how do we know ours are true and theirs aren't? What do we say? It's based in ilm. Because ours is based in knowledge, actual knowledge, that respects the intellect of the human being. That any human being, void of wherever it is that they come from, their background, their cultural disposition, even intellect at some level, like you don't have to be a genius to figure this out, okay, are capable of arriving at the truths of Islam. You don't have to wait for like a spiritual experience. Some of the Christians will tell you, like, I saw Jesus last night. He told me to be Christian. You can't really argue with that. I say, okay. But is that a way of establishing your deen? Like, is that how you should establish what you believe in? For us, no. So even if we had a spiritual experience, for example, that isn't in and of itself something that suffices one to have the kind of conviction, the certainty that is being discussed in this science. You have to ground it in something that would be capable of truly establishing the merit of this belief being ilm, being knowledge. Okay? So, tahliyatul iman bil